Betting on balls. Betting on them. What's up, everybody? It's week 8.
Yep. Betting on balls. Believe we're
Yeah,
live
we're live and we're betting
on
on
balls.
balls.
Hell yeah.
Week 8. It's been a tumultuous season thus far. Um, I was just thinking before we got on here how weird some of these games have been and how just hard to predict. Sort of, it's been a lot of low scoring games, and even the teams, like you've got teams that are obviously at the top, like Kansas City and Buffalo, and then everybody else is kind of in the mix.
The
Like
Eagles.
there's
The
yeah,
Eagles
they're
are
really kind
undefeated.
of on an even playing field. You've got, like I said, you've got 2 or 3 teams that are really, really good, and then everybody else is right there in it. So
Dude, the
it's an
Eagles
interesting year.
are quietly undefeated. No one's really even like talking about that, but they're
Sure.
6 and
Like
0.
Philadelphia is excellent. They're probably the best team in the league, but there's a couple teams that you could say that about who are playing really, really well. And I think Philadelphia really surpassed just about everybody's expectations. I thought that they would be good, but I didn't know that they would be this good. Jalen Hurts just really seems to be coming along and clicking. They seem to be
Yeah.
the real deal.
I haven't really been watching Philadelphia, but they're doing something right, apparently.
Yeah, well, you are what your record says you are, and their record's pretty damn good.
Speaking of that, we got Buccaneers tonight. They're 3-4 right now.
3-4, and they're playing against Baltimore, who's very hot. What is Baltimore? What's Baltimore's record? They're probably right in there, 4-3.
Ravens are 4-3.
4-3. Yeah. So these are actually two, fairly similar teams, with the Bucks being on the major downside. I mean, it's not hard to see that team's kind of falling apart right now.
Yeah. So let's jump into our fantasy league, because talking about things fucking falling apart. Okay, first of all, we are champions of our league right now. We're 6-1. We're the Brown Boys here. We're going up against for Shits and Kittles, and if I remember correctly, I think he had like a pretty massive week last week.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here.
He's got Tua, which
Yeah,
is,
he put up 137 points last week because of Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. Yeah, Josh Jacobs is awesome.
I mean, dude.
And Kittle, obviously, is really good.
His kicker put up 13 points.
Justin Tucker's the best kicker in the league. Yeah, he has been for like 10 years.
Yep. So let's go to our matchup.
Other than that, I mean, it really...
Dude, our team is in disarray. Look at this. Ezekiel Elliott is out. Austin Eckler.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's questionable.
He didn't practice today. And you've got
dealing with a sprained MCL and a thigh bruise.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's banged up. He's probably going to sit out this week.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. This week we're pretty fucked because he's out. It's Austin Eckler's bye week, so
Debo's probably going to play, and he's got like a not bad matchup.
I don't know. He's got a hamstring and he didn't practice.
Day to day. Well, here's the thing. I mean, tomorrow, if he practices tomorrow, that'll speak volumes. And obviously, if he is healthy, I think we have to start him. He's probably by far our best wide receiver.
Yeah. Speaking of wide receivers, I picked up Darnell Mooney today. I know he's on the Bears, and the Bears are run heavy, but he is their top receiver. So if they are going to throw
the only receiver, really.
Yeah. So if they're going to throw it to someone, it'll be him. You can see that he consistently puts up like 6, 7, 8, 9 points. But
I guess if you got to fill a gap.
Yeah, it was either him or Isaiah McKenzie. I'm actually really interested in Isaiah McKenzie right now. I don't think he's like there yet, but I think he has potential in Buffalo.
What about the backfield situation in Carolina?
sure.
with Chuba Hubbard and gosh, what's the other guy's name? Hillard? Not Hillard. I don't know, but I feel like both of those guys are worth looking at. Looking at.
The guy in Carolina.
Yeah, had a pretty stellar week last week. Both of them did.
Well, another running back.
One of the guys' name is Chuba Hubbard, but there's Dante Foreman. Yeah,
he's taken by our opponent.
But Chuba Hubbard is actually available.
It says questionable.
He's knocked up, but for a guy, I mean, if you're going to take a chance on a guy, like this guy could easily be the lead back. And I understand that the other guy's good, but they've showed that they're going to run with this guy too. And this guy has ability. And for free, I mean, you're telling me this, I can get him for nothing. He's just sitting there. I don't know. This seems like a worthwhile pickup if you're not paying anything for him. I don't know why you wouldn't take a chance on him. He could definitely be the lead back there.
I mean, it looks like he's only had one good game, though, if you look at
He did, but here's the thing, is he played last year when Christian McCaffrey went out, and you could kind of see in glimpses like, man, if this guy got the lead role, right, he might actually be pretty good. Well, and so yesterday Christian McCaffrey was no longer there, and he had a pretty good game. So,
well, that's actually my thinking on Isaiah McKenzie. So the way I look at this when I'm looking at people on waiver, rather than just going through it all blind or whatever, I choose a team, and I'm like, what team is like for Kansas City, for example, who I wanted to pick up this week. We actually got outbid. But I wanted to pick up Juju Smith-Schuster. The guy that outbid us, this Palmer's Only guy, he paid $43. I bid $13 out of 100. I thought we were for sure going to get him. But I was looking at Kansas City, and you're like, look, there's the QB is taken, tight end's taken, running back's taken, but this wide receiver was wide open. I'm like...
True, but now here's the only thing. I think it's kind of a similar situation to the Carolina situation that we just talked about. If you look at the guy right under him, who you could get literally for free, it's kind of similar production. I mean, yeah, okay.
He had one good game, though, is the thing. Like, it even says here in the notes here, it says, don't be fooled by his Week 7 performance. It's not to say that he's not – it is the same logic.
That's not true. Like, he didn't have one good game. He had two good games and a very good game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I think that this guy could. All I'm saying is it's relative value. Like you just said, the guy paid $43 for Juju Smith-Schuster. Mm-hmm. Well, this guy's only 4 points behind how many points he put up this season. So you can get this guy for free. That's all I'm kind of saying is like. Yeah.
They are about equal.
You can get value out of this guy for nothing,
But it does look like, a situation where they need a guy to step up. Is it going to be Juju Smith-Schuster? Is it going to be Hardman? Obviously hasn't been seen yet. So the question becomes...
it's funny, when Mecole Hardman came out, I thought that he showed tremendous talent when he was in college, and he had a great skill set at the combine. I thought, man, this guy could be really good. He has a ton of talent, and I thought the only thing holding him back was Tyreek Hill being there, and that he would get a lot more attention once Tyreek Hill left. It's kind of shaking out that way, but like you just said, nobody stepped up yet into that role. And they went and got Juju Smith-Schuster in free agency. But if you ask me, I mean, I've been watching both of these guys play now for 3 or 4 years. They're almost the same guy.
Right.
Other than the fact that you're paying more money to Juju Smith-Schuster, he's not that much more talented than Mecole Hardman. I don't know.
So it looks like our video is down. I'm not able to pull it back up. Damn it. Like, I moved meeting controls down to the bottom tab there, and now I can't, get it back. So give me 1 second here. Here it is. I had to stop screen share there for a second. But you should be back now, and hopefully our video feeds back. Nope.
So just one last note on those two guys, on Juju Smith and Mecole Hardman. I don't think either one of them is going to win you the league. But I do think either one of them could be a fine stand-in. Like if you needed a guy to fill a role for a week and you had to take a shot, I mean, why not roll with Kansas City? I mean, they are probably one of the best offenses in the league. So, why not?
Yeah, so the question becomes, it's a choice of three. It's Hardman. So do you want this guy who could potentially be, number one, number two? I mean, you have to consider Travis Kelce as a wide receiver in this situation.
You do. That's a great point.
So really,
he really kind of is.
So really, is he a potential number two wide receiver for a guy that throws the ball a lot? Or you can look over at Buffalo, where you have Isaiah McKenzie, who's an obvious number three behind Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. I guess my big hope here is that, like, if, one of these guys gets injured, or I'm not hoping they get injured, obviously, but if they do, Isaiah McKenzie's there to step up and, fill that role.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I think that if Stephon Diggs wasn't in Buffalo wouldn't look nearly as good as they do, especially on offense. I hate to say that. And I think Josh Allen's tremendously talented. But what you're getting out of Diggs versus what you would get out of Gabriel Davis or Isaiah McKenzie, those guys just aren't even close. I mean, Stephon Diggs is the tippy top echelon of wide receiver.
Yeah, also Isaiah McKenzie is coming back from a concussion, and he's not hot right now, so maybe he's not the better choice of the two, which leads us to our third option, who is a guy we actually already picked up,
Mooney.
Darnell Mooney. So I guess it becomes between, do we want Mooney, who's the number one receiver in a team that hardly passes?
Well, who's available? Can you hit up at the top wide receivers where it says position, all offense? And go ahead and sort by fan points. So if you click on yeah. Oh, this is just Chicago. Okay, go up and turn all of them on.
I mean, all these guys are taken.
That's an interesting name down there at the bottom. So Mecole Hardman is in the top 25. You can get him for nothing. And I'd say the odds are basically 50-50 on who the number one wide receiver is going to be in Kansas City. And he's already one of the top 25 players or wide receivers in points this year. He's the only one that's available, actually.
So so you would rather have a, receiver that's like a second or third on a team that throws it and is really good rather than the top receiver on a team that
then take a chance on Darnell Mooney and Justin Fields going off and being good finally.
Well, let's give it a shot. I mean, I wanted Juju anyways.
I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily know if we should drop Mooney. I think we might want to pick up Mecole Hardman and cut someone else. I don't think Mooney's necessarily – you're taking a risk on Mooney because Chicago looked better last week. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing. Justin Fields looked better last week. They looked like they might actually be a football team last week.
Yeah.
The question is, does that continue? Does that momentum continue? Or do they go back looking like Chicago? My heart says that they're going to start playing better. My head says stay the fuck away from Chicago. So that's kind of where I'm at with it mentally. And I typically don't go with guys that are on bad teams. And so you asked me, would I rather take Mecole Hardman, who's going to get less targets on a much better team, or Mooney, who is the guy? That's a good question. I'm not necessarily. I think that maybe there's somebody else we could cut. I don't necessarily. I'm not crazy about cutting Mooney. I think he's maybe a solid pickup. Who else we got?
Well, let's take a look-see. We got Julio, but I'm not ready to cut him yet. Because, like I said...
To me, that's like, oh, well, I'll tell you who needs to get... Well, he's not affecting our roster space, is
Marquise
he?
Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not going to... I mean, he's fine. I mean, if you want to... It doesn't matter either way.
Yeah,
I'm cutting Julio fucking Jones.
Oh,
I'm not I got no reason to keep him.
Okay, well, I'll give you a reason.
Well, here's the question you've got to ask yourself. If you drop Julio Jones, is anybody else going to pick him up?
No.
And I think that that answer would be a resounding no.
No. But
if it is a resounding no, well, then you've got an opportunity to get him back anyway. So
maybe we'll check this out. All right. First of all, the wide receivers that we're looking at. Well, let me go back to our wide receivers. So we have Devonta Smith, Amari Cooper, and Tyler Boyd, which I'm actually fairly comfortable with all of those guys. The one that I'm actually least comfortable with out of these guys, I mean, I guess it'd be Amari Cooper and Tyler Boyd. I liked how Devonta Smith's looking right now. He's on an undefeated team. He puts up points.
A lot of momentum.
Yeah. So, I mean, we picked him up for free, and I kind of have high hopes for him.
Damian Harris is a big fucking problem. Khalil Herbert's a big fucking problem.
Yeah. We're going to lose this week.
This is what needs to happen. What needs to happen is tomorrow, Ezekiel Elliott and Deebo Samuel practice. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think we should cut Julio.
I can't cut Julio, man, because we don't need to. I mean, we already have 3 wide receivers up. Unless you need to make like here's the thing with Julio. Here's the point that I was going to make with that. Here's his little thingy there. Sorry, I'm having camera issues here, but whatever. Where was I? Julio. So obviously he's not here. Actually, they're saying that he's game decision again, which they've been saying for 3 weeks. It says that he will.
It's madness to
it
hold
says
on
that
to
he's
this
playing.
guy.
It says that he's playing today.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: Russell Gage is out. I'm not expecting Julio to have a big week this week, which is why I didn't set him. But check this out, man. Like I was saying, I go team by team when I'm looking at the waiver, and I like to see openings, and I'm like, who do we need? And you look at Tampa Bay, who they have: Tom Brady, best QB ever, right? Leonard Fournette, who I think is going to have a huge game today, because I think a lot of this game that we're going to see is going to be on the ground, a lot of running. Both teams are going to be running the ball all fucking day. Mike Evans, who, he's good, but he's kind of flopped around a little bit. And who do you got besides that? You got Chris Godwin, Russell Gage. So, dude, Tom Brady doesn't have anyone to throw to except for Mike Evans right now. And Gage is out. Godwin doesn't really do shit. What does that lead him with? Who else is he going to throw to? This guy? Hell no.
Scotty Miller.
Dude, he's only put up 8 points. Look at this guy. Look at
that guy.
Look at this noob. Fuck this guy. Scotty Miller.
Look at it.
Scotty fucking Miller. No, he's going to throw to this guy. Julio fucking Jones. It's all he's got.
Dude, okay. This is the way I'm looking at it this week, Harold. To be perfectly honest, this is going to be a fucking rough week anyway, right? Like, we've already established.
Oh, we're going to lose.
Some of our key guys out with injuries. Guys are on a bye. Thank God we got Josh Allen.
We have a strong opponent.
With a loose tooth, right?
Yeah.
So it's a coin flip anyway, right? Why don't we run fucking Julio Jones? If we're struggling for a flex and you're convinced that this guy, if he scores 1 fucking touchdown, that's probably 8 points. That's all he's got to do. And it's not unreasonable that he does. We got to take a chance anyway.
I mean, I don't think this is his week, but I'm saying...
Well, if he's coming back, I think I said it earlier this year, that if he comes back and he's healthy, you're going to get production out of him. And I will stand by that. I don't really care what they're projecting him
Dude,
for.
2 minutes
If
ago
he's
you were
healthy,
saying we should cut him off our team. Now you're saying that we need to put him on our open roster.
you convinced me.
Hell yeah. Okay. Who do we drop? Amari Cooper?
We're not going to drop anybody. We're just going to run him.
I know, but like, who do we bench? It'd be Tyler Boyd or Amari Cooper.
Devontae Smith.
I say Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
Let's see.
Is just but look at how fucking consistent Amari Cooper is. He might be our best guy.
He's going up against the Bengals on Monday.
They don't have a particularly great secondary.
They're calling him a
You
solid.
can pass on the Bengals.
They're calling him a wide receiver, a solid 2 or 3 option. But he just plays for the Browns, man. Like, that's what's so unappealing there.
But it's the same thing with the Bears, dude. Except Amari Cooper is the better Darnell
but look at Tyler Boyd.
Like, he really is.
Look at him, man. And he's going up against
Cleveland.
the Browns. So I feel like Boyd will have a better game than Cooper. And they're saying here that Browns are A-plus matchup here. I mean, I know Boyd is like a third wide receiver, but it's, you know.
We're going to be kicking ourselves if Julio Jones goes off tonight.
I'm saying bench Amari Cooper.
I say just keep it. Roll with it. Fuck them. We got worse problems at running back than we do wide receiver, to be honest.
Yeah, so Damian.
Like, fucking wide receivers are what they are this week. Running backs, we're in hell.
Yeah.
Damian Harris looks like dog shit, guys. I'm sorry.
He didn't do anything.
I spent 5 weeks building this motherfucker up.
Mm-hmm.
Get the hell out of town. Ramondre Stevenson might be better.
They are going up against the Jets. So, you know, if there's a chance for him to, try to do something. But we said the same thing with him going up against the Bears, too. We were like, oh, it's the Bears. And look what happened there. They just didn't run him. They just didn't hand him the ball.
Well, it's gone back to Bill Belichick doing classic Bill Belichick shit. You know, Damian Harris is obviously in the doghouse, and he's going to split the carries now. So it's nothing new. There's a bizarre window of time where he loved Damian Harris and he was going to fucking run him. But I think that day is past. It's easy to peg down with New England when you get on Belichick's shit list.
And then we got Herbert, who is a great pickup, but David Montgomery's been shining.
Well, the problem really to me isn't necessarily Montgomery. I think that you're going to see production out of both guys all year. Honestly, I think that Yahoo is under projecting Herbert.
Oh, for sure.
Because I think both of them are great.
Look at this. They're only giving him 4 points.
That's absurd. It's kind of disrespectful, honestly.
Well,
it's not only disrespectful,
how's
it's
Dallas's
uneducated, it's ignorant. You're not watching football.
Well, hold on.
Hold
on, man. Like, what's Dallas? What's their run defense like?
Damn good, and that's what I wanted to say.
Maybe that's why
it's not Montgomery that worries me on this game. It's Dallas's defense. That's what worries me on this one. But that being said, it's still disrespectful and ignorant to fucking put this guy at 4 points. It's like you're not watching the game.
Well, no, maybe they are.
Yahoo's notorious for that. Like, they will give a guy who's obviously he's splitting the carries, and they're both getting fucking production.
Yeah, but like
why you would give him 4 points as a projection? That's asinine.
It's because he's going against Dallas. You just said why.
But even still, that's just disrespectful. You don't give a guy a 4 point projection unless he sucks. I mean, period.
Actually,
you're
doing
right. A disservice
because they're going
to
forward.
The rest of fantasy.
Going forward, they only give him 4 point projections for every game, so it's not just this one.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, that you raise a good point there, but
they play favorites. They really do, and they think they're smart. They're smarter than they are, but it's. Sometimes I can see right through their bullshit.
But we really have no option on running back this week because our top three, one isn't even playing at all anymore because he's just decided he doesn't want to play anymore. Then we got
honestly, we might want to cut his ass.
And replace him
I
with
can't
who?
stand guys like that.
I haven't seen any good opening running backs. I mean, we can take a look-see here real quick, but I'm hoping that he gets traded to, honestly, like Tampa Bay would be really fucking cool. But
He'd have to compete with Leonard Fournette.
I'm really excited for tonight's game. But let's finish up our fantasy. So we don't really have a choice on running backs this week. We have to run these two guys because our top three are out. So that's just what it's going to be. And
who's our defense?
LA. I dropped Arizona to get Darnell Mooney.
Oh my God, dude. We're going to get Christian McCaffrey all over our faces this week.
What does that mean?
They're going to run Christian McCaffrey down our fucking throats against LAD. That ain't great. I don't like that at all.
We can look at other defenses. I mean, we're going to get crushed this week anyways, honestly. We have a tough opponent.
What? I think it's a coin flip.
No way, dude. Like, our opponent's projected 20 points. Dude, he put up almost 140 points last week.
Hey, Carolina might be something.
We would have to drop LA to get him, though, or another player, and I don't really want to drop any players right now.
I don't like it. I dropped LA in my leagues. I don't think they're that good.
They haven't done that great so far, but I think
there are better teams on the waiver wire, probably.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Pittsburgh is one of them. The only problem with Pittsburgh is that they've got a fucking shitty matchup this week.
And they haven't put up like any points.
They've also had kind of a rough schedule, but yeah.
I kind of like our defense. I mean, like I said, they haven't done anything spectacular yet. But I mean, look, 9-9, you know, they had 3 bad weeks in a row, but then they, you know, had a good week.
I'm not crazy about them. I just get a bad feeling about them, honestly.
And then they'll get to shut down Tampa Bay, maybe, unless Tampa Bay, you know, does their turnaround. Okay, so you said last week, going into talk about Tampa Bay here. I'm borderline obsessed with Tampa Bay right now. You said them losing to the Steelers was like their low. You're like, how do you get any lower than that? You know, and you're like, when they what happens when Tom Brady hits his low, he bounces back. And I said, you know what would really be a low for them would be a loss to Carolina. So, now that that's happened, you know, is this the one? Is this the game?
I don't know.
Tom Brady doesn't
if their
have anyone to
offensive
throw
line's
to.
better, maybe.
They're going to run it a lot. Let's all right, so let's move on from fantasy. I think we're pretty much set here.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Buckle up.
So we're going to run Julio.
Fucking A. I hope he gets a touchdown tonight. I'm going to watch it. I'm obviously rooting for Tampa, but confidence is at an all-time low.
And they are going to be running it a lot. I don't expect a big game out of Julio today, but I'm just excited to see him back.
Me too.
Let's get.
We're going to be the 1% that starts it.
Dude, I love Tampa Bay Buccaneers YouTube channel. Check out this trailer for this week, for today.
Got a challenge this week, but a challenge that this defense definitely can handle.
Huge challenge for us because it's not just quarterback runner, but one of the best runners in the league.
You got to make our plays. Everybody got to know where he's at.
It's a tough challenge for our defense. We're going to have to play tough, hard-nosed football and try to get a win.
Hey, bring the fight to them. All day. All day. We're going to start fast. We're going to finish fast. Make sure you hold it all game. We only as strong as our weakest link. We rolling and that's stuck today. Let's go.
I think everyone's just ready to turn the ship around.
We have a great opponent coming in here, and we need to do everything we can to prepare like we always do.
This is what happened. You count them out. How many times have you said, that team's not very good this year, and then all of a sudden you go, yeah, he's back.
Forever young.
I just love their whoever puts up their YouTube stuff, Tampa Bay. They've got a really good team. Here's another one where they did they do like these episodes every couple weeks or whatever. This is one where they're so here's what I think the narrative is this week is Leonard Fournette I think is going to be the play today, and here's why. Just because they're like pumping him up. Everyone online is talking about how they need to run the ball. Like everyone knows that they're going to run it. That's like you could almost even say that like if the game is rigged, that's what they're going to be playing. That's the narrative is Leonard Fournette is going to sweep through. I mean, I'm kind of digging into conspiracy stuff here, but just look at this.
So you think it's rigged?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's possible, but, I mean, just hold on. I think there's a narrative that's being painted. I think if you pay attention, you can see it. Just watch.
So Leonard Fournette first game against Dallas ran for 127 yards. But this is a guy who, throughout his 3 years in Tampa Bay, has had some games where he's been the focal point of the offense. Even an offense with Tom Brady.
Look, they're showing them against the Falcons because that's the last win they had. Wait, did they win against the Falcons?
Has a promising first run play of the day for the Bucs, crashing forward to the 33.
How do I know when Leonard Fournette is in the zone
Maybe.
during a game?
When we're doing those long drives, and I'm constantly getting the ball, making plays. That's when pretty much, not just me, but as a whole, as a unit, we're in the zone together.
I think we might see that today.
Let's pick it up.
What?
What he just said, Leonard Fournette. I think we're going to see him have a big game today.
Couple of blockers, head of steam, and a first down for Leonard Fournette. He checks it down for
They need it, man. They need some kind of.
He's all they got.
Do something.
And I think that's the narrative, and I think, yeah, if it's rigged, that's what's going to happen. Anyways, I don't know that it is for sure.
I mean, think it's rigged.
Last game looked like it was rigged. Watching Mike Evans just drop the ball like that was just like...
That was kind of weird. He doesn't usually do that.
I mean, I don't know. But let's look at the spread, man. Tampa Bay is favored by 1.5.
Yeah,
and
I think people are taking Tampa.
I just don't know how I feel about that.
I want Tampa to win, but I'm taking Baltimore. And yeah, I'll take them by 3. Think they're a better team.
Well, that's the other thing is, dude, I love this fantasy thing because you can go to teams real quick. So if you look at Baltimore, they actually don't have like a crazy amount going on. So you got Lamar Jackson, who's amazing. So he's going to have a good game for sure. And you got Mark Andrews. He's hopeful that he'll play. So that's not great for them.
Oh, wow. Well, if that's the case, that Devin Duvernay guy will probably be like money in the bank.
Oh, yeah, and he's open on the waiver.
If Mark Andrews doesn't play, this guy will probably be like have some insane fucking game today. Because Mark Andrews didn't play in week 1. Devin Duvernay put up 17 points. Dude, this is the play this week. He's going to put up a shitload of points tonight.
Well, yes, as Mark Andrews is inactive.
Oh, shit, dude.
So let's take him.
This is a play. Yeah, man. I mean,
I'll swap out Mooney.
He's their number one guy.
We can come back to Mooney if we want, but we'll go ahead and drop Mooney, pick up that guy, and then we'll throw him on the...
I don't know if we should do that.
Well, you say he's going to have a big week with that guy's being out, right?
He is going to have a big week.
But Tampa Bay does have a good defense, right?
Not in the backfield, they don't.
Really? Anyway, that wasn't the point I was trying to make, but what I was.
Hey, let's bet on Devin Duvernay to score a touchdown.
Hold on a second.
What are the odds on that?
Fuck, what team was I just on? Ravens.
Baltimore.
That's Baltimore. This is, supposed to be kind of like a run-heavy game. I don't think they're expected to throw the ball a whole lot, which is probably why he was open.
They're gonna throw it some.
Yeah.
It's a game where the ball gets thrown. I don't know. It would be very odd if they didn't throw it at all. And they got to throw it to somebody.
What a weird lineup.
That is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the most balls out. Fuck you. I don't care if I fucking lose this week. I'm gonna fucking try. Lineup I've ever seen in my life.
I kind of like Tyler Boyd though. He looked good. He's going up against the Browns.
I do too.
But Devonta Smith looks good against the Steelers.
I think that I like the offense of Cincinnati better than I do the Eagles.
But the Eagles are undefeated. And
Cincinnati's got a better offense.
This guy put up 21 points last week, but not much between that. So he's kind of like a hit or miss guy.
It's exactly what we need.
Over Devonta Smith? You don't like Devonta Smith.
No, I don't. I don't like the Eagles, really. I'm not an idiot, and so I'm kind of pandering to the fact that they're good right now. But give me one opportunity, and I'll throw them under the fucking bus.
I mean, they're going up against the Steelers. I feel like that's
it's a great matchup.
Yeah, and then Houston after that.
It's both good. And then Washington after that. They'll probably win the next 3.
I don't know if we should run. God, this is hard, man. How do you pick?
We could spin a top or something. Flip a coin.
All right, I think Tim just got kicked. Are you still there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm here.
It says less than a minute on the stream, so we gotta go ahead and reset.
Okay.
All right, I'll send you another link.
All right.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, man. Here we are.
Here we are. I feel like I'm most nervous about Julio on here.
Oh, yeah, you should be. That's madness.
Yeah.
That's just like a madman does that.
I mean, I like him, but I just don't know if this is going to be his week.
You're in the 1% if you do.
I'm going to take him out. Let's put on Tyler Boyd. But we'll see Devin. But then watch this be the game that Julio comes back and blows up, you know?
And Tampa Bay is just like revitalized. It's like everybody's talking about they're back.
I think
they're better than ever.
Well,
they beat the shit out of Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna run it a lot.
How many points?
And then they've also
would
got
they
Mike
have
Evans.
to put up? How many points would they have to put up against Baltimore for people to say that they're like back and like, oh, it was all just like a fucking fart in the wind and they're the best and shit.
Just like 3 touchdowns, honestly, is not a lot.
Like if they blew them out by like 3 scores.
Yeah, I mean, no, even if they score 3 times, because no one's used to Tampa Bay scoring any touchdowns. If they're able to score 3, people be like, "Oh my God, they're back!
They're
Holy
back!"
shit.
Yeah, you'll be hearing it during the game. The announcers, this is what we're used to seeing in Tampa.
No, this is gonna be a low-scoring game. I would take the under on this. Under 46.5 for sure. Both teams are going to be running it. Tampa Bay's got a pretty strong run defense.
I see like a 14-17.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay just doesn't score touchdowns. They'll kick a shit ton of field goals. They'll probably have put up fucking, I don't know, 3-4 field goals. I wonder if I can bet on that.
That's 12 points.
Yeah.
If they score 4 field goals, that's 12 points.
How do you bet on field goals? That'd be fucking dope.
Ryan Suckup.
Yeah, gotta go to kicker props.
Kicker props.
Rushing. Let's look at game specials. Sometimes there's some interesting things on here.
Justin Tucker to have 8 kicking points.
And
that's that one I like, actually. Yeah.
Justin Tucker, I guess he's the kicker on the Ravens.
Yeah.
He's
probably like one of the best kickers ever, really.
Yeah, but I'm not comfortable with the Ravens win. Like, I'm not taking a money line on that. Even though
I think the Ravens can win.
They do look better, honestly.
Shaq Barrett to record 1 sack and Tampa to win.
See, I don't feel comfortable with the Tampa Bay win either.
Oh, this one's kind of cute. That's actually probably decent odds.
What's that?
Chris Godwin or Mike Evans to score the first because it's like 2 players that are. I mean, that's pretty likely.
Nah, it's going to be a running back. It's going to be Leonard Fournette or one of the running backs for the Ravens. Probably someone off the Ravens, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, touchdown scores. You got Leonard Fournette. I thought Mark Andrews was out. Lamar Jackson could very possibly
What
score
about
a
the
touchdown.
guy? What about the guy that we got? Because Mark Andrews is out.
Yeah, who did we get? Was it
Devin Duvernay. Yeah.
$1 wins you $3.40.
That's dope, man.
Do you think
He's
he's
just
going
gonna
to score?
That's it. That's it. And he's the only guy they got. Dude, he's the only guy there.
What about their tight end?
He's out. And Mark Andrews. He's out.
Shit.
That's it. They got Devin Duvernay.
Okay, I'll put $1 on that. Yep, we'll get that guy to score a touchdown. And see, we just saw something.
Better.
We just saw something that Vegas hasn't seen yet. To win $3.40 off of $1. That's insane. Like that's pretty dope.
I know we saw something that nobody saw.
And honestly, I'll take the Ravens money line here too. So I'll put $1 on the Ravens to win, and then I also will take $1 on the under. So those are the 3 plays. And if you want to go crazy, you can combine them all together.
In a same game parlay.
let's see what that payout would be. $1 when you 14-15.
Damn. That's sick.
I might bet like 10 cents on that to win $1.41.
Nice.
So I'll do $1 on each one, and I'll bet. Actually, do it. I can bet a quarter.
I was thinking a quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I can lose a quarter.
Love it. This is like my favorite bet ever. Oh, and Julio Jones to score as well.
Oh, you want to throw that in there too? I don't think Julio's going to score. I think Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans might. Chris Godwin.
Devin Duvernay.
Maybe. I don't know. Julio's not. I was about to say he's not on the list, but he is down here. Oh, that's cool. You can bet on the defense to score. Defense.
Damn, a quarter wins you $11.
Oh, I mean that's an insane parlay. We're not going there. All right, man. Well, that's really all I have time to cover today. But I really wanted to talk about the Tampa game and try to get this line together. How do you feel about this lineup?
Not great.
Is there anything that you would change here?
I would say that if Deebo Samuel practices tomorrow, we should definitely play him.
But if he doesn't,
other than that, I wouldn't change anything.
You really think Duvernay is going to have a game tonight?
If Mark Andrews is not playing, which we read that Mark Andrews was not playing, he's not active tonight, then yeah, I do think that he's going to have a much bigger game than what they're saying he's going to have. I would, but it's contingent on Andrews playing or not.
I want to look at that one more time real quick.
Yeah, look at Andrews real quick. It's really that's the factor.
Oh, the question mark is off. Oh, he is active.
Well, now we got to change our parlay. We got to, no. Sorry, guys. I guess somehow we mixed that up.
We might have misread that as active. I might have read inactive because it says is active.
Yeah. Well, Duvernay would have certainly been the play had Andrews not been playing. Now we're back to square one.
Well, it was going to be between him or like Amari Cooper anyways.
So let's just run Julio Jones.
Julio's not going to do shit, though.
We got to change that parlay, too.
Julio's not going to. I mean.
Yeah, nah, dude, just go with Devontae Smith. So all that to do absolutely nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Cooper.
And then we might want to drop
and Akers.
Duvernay. Oh, and that bet, we might not want to bet on him to score a touchdown now because that was on bad information.
Oh, yeah. No way. That was bad info.
Yeah, so we'll take that off. So I'll just do the Ravens and the under. As far as touchdown goes, I'm going to leave it. I like this Lamar Jackson for a touchdown. I'm not going to bet on it, but I do like that.
I think it makes sense. Why wouldn't he?
I think it's going to happen, but I'm not going to bet on it. It's too risky. So I'm just going to take the Ravens and the under on that one.
The Ravens, the under.
And who do we want to replace? We want to drop this guy that we just picked up.
Duvernay?
Duvernay.
We can pick up Mecole Hardman.
All right.
McCole.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Duvernay.
We're not running Julio Jones.
Koopa Troopa.
I think we're going up against Cooper Kupp this week.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's projected to win by 20 points. But we got Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd might do something. Devonta Smith might do something. Mark Cooper might. Our running backs, I don't know.
Dude, this is the most, like, maybe team I've ever seen in my entire life, man. Every one of these dudes has a question mark behind him except for Josh Allen. Yeah. And even Josh Allen has, like, kind of a rough matchup. So.
Yeah, I mean, no one can be perfect forever, every game.
No, man. And, hey, if all hell's going to break loose, please let it all happen in the same week. And so we can get back to normalcy after it.
I really want to see Julio have a good game today, even though we're not running him. I want to see
I do too, man.
Yeah.
Me too.
Let's bring Julio back because no one has faith in Julio. And he's been dragging us down all season. But he's coming back.
Come back, Julio.
All right. That's all I got time for, Tim. I love you, man. You're awesome.
Take it easy, brother.
And I hope y'all make some money betting on some balls.